So, Unit 5 is regarding about high performance work system. Okay, before I'm go through one by one, what you all understand about high performance work system? Just give me your understanding comment. No need to refer anything. Just what you understand about the high performance work system.
It is the environment that focus more towards the output of the employees.
Yes, it is part of it, but uh, when you think about system means there is a system which is really monitor the employee's performance to ensure that employee can work effectively. So in all the organization, especially when you are taking banking industry, they have a thumbprint attendance metric. Okay, so when you are entering into the office itself, you have to clock in and clock out. So from there itself, they can identify how is your attendance. HR will identify how is your attendance, what time you are absent. Okay, are you really work for 8 hours or not? So all these system that they are preparing for the employee to ensure that employee can work accordingly. That's the reason. So when you look into your organization itself, sure got system. So what kind of system that you have in your organization? Let me know what kind of system that you have. Wow, Te, Lai Lai, and Pony.
In my company, we're using Workday because inside Workday they have a lot like leave application system, okay, and also like yeah, uh, roster. I mean like the shift, work shift, those kind of like application system as well.
Uh, what about Pony? Any different
Uh,
from?
so for us, it's more on Talio. So
Mm-hmm.
Talio basically it's for recruitment.
Oh,
Yes, and also Talio also used for job posting, things like
hmm.
that. So
Very new, huh? This one.
yeah, yeah. Actually, Talio was actually we are from SAP. Then we changed. Sorry, we are from PeopleSoft. Then changed
Mm-hmm.
to Talio. So
Mm-hmm.
Tadio is the overall module that you can issue offer letter, you can do
Mm.
salary proposal, hiring candidates, interviewing, things like that. Yeah.
Very good,
Mm.
Pony. This is very new for me. I'm just heard from you
Mm.
because there is no that kind of system never implemented in simple organizations like that. They are manually using all this.
Mm.
Okay. What about the others? Nazira is telling me that they have a face ID detections and card access. Okay, it's part of previously in Inti also they are implemented with the face ID detection, but we all feel like nothing special on the face ID detections because it same like our thumbprint. Okay, thumbprint is better than the face ID detection. Okay, other students they say success factor. Jaya, I can't understand what do you mean by success factor.
Um, Doctor, the system name itself is Success Factor by SAP. So we use
Okay.
SAP, and Success Factor is the system as well. So we
Mm-hmm.
use that for recruitment, job requisition, onboarding purposes, including offer letters. So we are offer letter. We are still doing manual, but slowly we'll be converting into the system as well through Success Factor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see. Okay, this is the system that they always using in the organization. They wanted to identify the performance of the employees. So that's why in strategy human resource management, it's part of everything to have in the organization because they need to strategize according to their business success for a long term. So that's why they are having all this system. Actually they wanted to reward the employee also, they have to look into the performance of the employee. So for having this, by having all this system, they can identify who is really work for the organization, who is not work for the organization, and who should be giving reward to them, appreciation. So that is the meaning here. What is the high performance work system? So by the end of this unit, you will be able to understand the various components of a high performance work system, and what is the characteristics of high performance work system, and the impact from the high performance work system. I mean the outcome of the high performance work system. So we wanted to see how it's work according to that particular matter. So the common characteristics that you can identify from the high performance work system, first of all, the high performance work system actually is created opportunity for the development of employee. So why they want to have, like for example, as what Pony say, in your banking industry they have a hiring system, right? Hiring, recruitment, all that. Okay, actually they have this system. They really want to create opportunity for the internal and external people to develop their career. That's the reason they have this kind, uh, to to let them to get a proper people to fit into the organization. That's the reason. And one more things, they also have a um, training system. Okay, training system. It's mean the employee have to um, register and attend the training to develop their professional skill. So that's why they are having all these high performance work system to develop the employee's career. They wanted to find the suitable candidate to enhance their career. Okay, can you understand what is opportunity for the development of employee? Any question? Do you have any question?
No.
No.
Okay, so the next point will be provide strong leadership. It's a part of characteristics of high performance work system. Okay, you see, when we are following, I mean, they are observing our attendance, they are observing our work, they are observing our um, professional skills, everything. It will develop our leadership. So when we are developing our leadership skills, you will be able to promote it to the high position. That's why they're having all this system, because they don't want overlook toward employees. So when they overlook toward the employees, they can't even identify the suitable candidate to sit for the high position. So by having all this system, they know who is work, who is not work. So people, I mean employee was working and really contributed highly to the organization, they can promote it to be a managerial level. So the approaches from the bottom to the top will be. Okay, so that is one of the characteristics. So the next one, high performance work system lead to innovation and creations of new product. Of course, yes, because by having a high performance work system, like what Pony say, I didn't know that there is a system which is using for the hiring and recruitment, all that. Okay, so the managements in the organization itself really want something which is giving them a benefit, so they are trying to have innovations and creations of the product to show that they can head up with the new technology. So by having all these new product into your organizations, you are able to come up with some new attitude, new characteristics to achieve your organization goals. Okay, so that is the reason they have this kind of system. in the organization. Next, we can say it's clarify of roles in the organization. So by having the system, they know how many employees in the organization. So when they know how many employees, I mean HR will can identify all the employees in the organization. For example, in a HQ banking industry, just imagine how many employees in the banking industry, HQ especially, not the branches. More than 1,000 employees, more than 1,000 employees. So if more than 1,000 employees, how the HR can identify each employee's roles in the department. So system can help them to identify who is the employee, where is the employee are located, I mean which department, what is the responsibility, and what kind of the job position they have. Because I was my experience in the banking industry, I can let you know that I was in a M Bank, Jalan Yap Kwan Sing M Bank previously. They have a very good system, I can't remember what system's name, but that system for each employee's details, even though whatever benefits, whatever the insurance that they covered, how much they covered, how much you are using, everything can be identified toward the system. So you yourself as an employee can see that. So that kind of system they have, so from there itself I can see, how much they are giving for me the medical insurance coverage. More than 100,000, they are located for each employee for executive level, grade by grade. Okay, after that they're breaking into uh, into like dental, eye, visual. So they are breaking, so from there itself you are using, they will deduct from there in a 1 year how much that you are using, everything. So they can clarify, they can clarify each individual activities and everything by the system itself. So that is the main points they having this system to ensure that they are not overlook the employees. They can keep them in the track. Always you are in their circle. So that is the reason. So the next point, uh, the system can lead to the establishments of productive meeting. Okay, the reason is if you have any meeting, okay, you have any training, so you can log into your system. You can indicate the date and calendar that you are having a meeting, you are having a training in a particular date. So it will give you reminder. So that's why they are having this kind of system. So the employees are not forgettable to attend the meeting, not forgettable to attend the training, all that. So that's the reason they're having a work system to ensure that employees can achieve the organization goal. At the same times, it is effectively work for them. Okay. So the next point also about a conflict resolution framework. So what is conflict resolutions framework? What do you understand about the conflict resolutions framework? Talk, don't keep quiet. What do you understand? Has an effective conflict resolution framework.
Is it a way a company handle a conflict in within their workforce?
Again.
Okay, like I say, each company they have like a blueprint on how they handle selective problem when the employees are fighting.
Can be
Uh,
management also.
I,
other example.
I think it's more on like identify the issues.
Mm-hmm.
Then you build some. Maybe you can explore different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I understand of conflict resolution.
Okay, actually, the conflict resolutions framework is something like why it's related with the high performance work system, why it's related with the work system. You see, when the company, like a small company, example like small company SME, they don't have any system to carry on. So when they don't have any system, the conflict can happen among employees because example the small example that I can give for the training purposes. Okay, for the training purposes, if you wanted to send that employee, the particular employee to go, you the another employee will feel they are they are trying to overtake you after that attend the training. So the conflict can happen among them itself if that is not monitored accordingly. So any issues, any problems among employee, anything which is related with the work, you can email, you can send, you can lock it in the system itself. So if you don't have the system, how the employees want to communicate? So the conflict can happen among them. So that's why HR is created this kind of system to ensure that anything about appraisal, performance appraisal, employees details or employee issues, they can lock it email through the system itself. Even you want to apply annual leave or anything. So the conflict will not happen among employee, especially in the production side. If people want to go for leave, they have to look the employer, they have to look other employee as well because they are in a production site. Issue can be created. So that's the reason they have this. Okay. So the next point will be proactive and qualitative decision making and problem solving. What is qualitative decision making and problem solving? Why the qualitative is involved in the work system? Why? Why qualitative? It's not quantitative decision making. Any of you like to say why qualitative decision making, not quantitative?
Considering some emotional, some subjective perspective.
Yes, true. They will consider by having face to face interview. They will consider, I mean, the employee will be consider your decisions and try to solve your problem by face to face. Okay, not doing observations, not doing survey. That's why we call qualitative. Qualitative is something like they are trying to understand you, okay, explore your ideas. So that's why they have a qualitative qualitatively, I mean, they are trying to get your feedback. That's the meaning of that. Okay, so teamwork and mutual trust among employees. That's why they're having a high performance work system. Why teamwork and mutual trust? Because they will look into how you are collaborating and showing your engagements with each other in the organization. So from the appraisal itself, they can identify whether you are working in a team or you are which kind of characteristics person. Okay, so open communication among employee is a free flow. You need to openly say, open your mouth and giving your suggestions and ideas toward your uh, informations, and it can be flow accordingly. So that's why we are having an open communication. Even in the classroom also, I ask you to talk openly, give your answer, give your opinion. Why? Because we need to share each other. We need to know what is your opinions toward your learning process. So that is the reason they have this. By having a system, you can email, you can chat with the person, and they can record it, whatever opinions and suggestions that you are giving in the system itself. So that's why they're having all this work system. So the last point would be, by having this work system, they can clarify their goals for the company missions. So they know clearly what they are going to do and what is the things that they want to achieve for the productivity purposes. Okay, can you understand this part? The high performance work system characteristics? Lie? Can
Yes,
you
yes.
understand?
Yes. Roughly.
Lie?
Hello. Yes,
Yes.
doctor.
Can you understand?
Adapting.
What adapting lie? You can't understand, then question me.
Can.
So you understand lie easily, right?
Mm-mm.
Uh, like that. Don't say you can't understand. Easy words. They out, you know, dreaming.
No, I
Well,
can, yeah, I can understand, can imagine some of the, relate to some of the
your work.
examples as well. Yeah.
Okay, good. Can you share what example you can relate?
So just now talking about some of the conflict resolutions, okay, I'm
Ah,
just thinking back about like some of the features in Workday, because Workday is also a one-stop solutions for HR. It has a recruitment module, HCM, more into like self-service portal for the employees, leave
yes,
application,
yes.
salary,
Correct.
payslip, okay, those kind of like they can manage their own payslip
Mm,
downloads, and even like talent management module as well. So when you talk
yes.
about conflict resolution, so for
Mm,
example, like me and my team members, the system will help us to assign, okay, which job requisitions that which recruiter would do. So
yes.
you can imagine that if there's no system, so
Mm,
no one is knowing that who is supposed to take care of which one, or both person working on the same thing, or
mm,
nobody take care of the same thing. So that
yes.
is some of the conflict resolution I could think of. Yeah.
Yes. True. That is the right one.
Mm.
So that's why I say you have to say, make sure that everyone can understand what is conflict resolutions, not depending too much from my examples, because you are working adult students, then you can relate toward your working experience as well, more clear for you. Okay, understand?
Okay. Thank you,
Very
doctor.
good. Try to understand like this, easier. Okay, so the next point you see, uh, this is one of the examples that Uniraza implemented last time. Okay, last time, not now, no more ready. Here they have so many icon, so whatever information you want to know about the organization, you can go about the staff. uh, about the staff means the directory of the staff got, but the detail of the staff you cannot view. Only your informations are allowed to view. To attendance key in, everything are here. Okay, so that's why they want to clarify and define what is the purpose they have this. So they know already the purpose is to increase the productivity of employee. So that's why they are having this system. So when they having the system, everyone know that we are in the right track. We know what is the HR will do. HR can identify from whatever that we key in. Okay, so this is one of the example. Can understand how the system is work? Okay.
Okay.
Samsia, public sectors. What are the system newly they are implemented?
Actually, for human resource, we have our own HR system, what we
Mm-hmm.
call Hermes. Now they are going to convert to a new system. But our system in government is many, and they are not integrated. So, for example, recruitment is recruitment.
Mm,
Uh, in Hermes, is one part on job, what we call service in service informations about
mm,
our service, and the
mm-hmm,
other there are a lot for attendance thumbprint, and they are not integrated actually.
mm,
Then the new coming system, I think they are thinking about to integrate all the things
mm,
to make human resource planning properly.
mm. Like that day I show you the system, right? The system that I show you that I have to key in the attendance, everything, right? Annual leave. So
Ah, yeah.
from the home itself, if you are not done a job, that is will be dangerous. So that we call as a high performance work system for the employee. You are people. Now they are calling you are people. You want me to share the system?
Can I think this is a good input for us government
Yeah.
to
I
improve the
wanted
system.
I wanted to see your system also. Can anyone share your system, working system? How you have work system? Yeah.
Uh, just now I have shared one of the system that I have been using for the past 5 years is
Can you
Workday.
share now?
You mean what do you want to share?
I mean, do you have any system like wait, I show you. Like my one I have your people system.
Mm.
Your people. So your company's one?
Workday,
Workday.
yes.
Got system or not? Got system for you to view or not?
Oh, okay. Because it's uh, I cannot use our own laptop to access to that system.
See,
It's a
uh,
company control.
it's a company control.
Mm.
See, that's why I say not everyone have their access to from the home itself. They can use like organizations. They will not allow people to access from the home. They are controlling. Seriously, they will be very very, you know, strict for it. You only can use that system in the company. Like that. What about others?
I can access from my home.
Can you show me your system? Share and show.
Just give me a second.
Ah, okay, I share mine. First, me. Okay, this is our system. Unilateral system for the employee. Okay, so we can log in. Okay, we can log in. Got Tari all come out. Have to wait for a while. We feel very difficult, to use, and I have to access toward the email. Okay, toward the email of my Uniraza. Then only can go inside. Okay, I go in ready. Okay, I need to verify this. See, so many work. I need to submit the code. Okay, after that only I can see everything. So I forget to clock in just now. Today's I'm working, but I forget to clock in. So what will happen? Tell me what will happen.
Doctor didn't fulfill the hours.
Absent.
Yes,
Maybe the
that
HR
is
will
the
come
what
and
happened.
ask doctor,
Yes,
what have you
What?
been doing from 11:30 to 12?
yes, yes. You see, I forget ready now. Only I clock in. Okay, see late ready, and it will show the location where you are. You see, I'm here. A human suite. This is my house. Okay, got bunyi ready, right? So I clock in ready. So 2:30 I will clock out, which is not enough
Not enough
hours.
hours.
Yes, but doesn't matter because Saturday is just a class only. So we can clock in morning and clock out earlier also can. 2:30 also can. They can understand that they will refer our timetable as well.
No worry, doctor, you
So
can send these video clips recording to them as a proof.
I no need to send. HR can view my video recording everything. You don't think Unirasa, HR have a access to view our lesson material everything. They can, so they know. Even when they want to evaluate my performance, they will watch my video recording as well to identify whether my languages, all that are incorrect or not. So is he very rude to the students? All that can they can identify by the video recording itself. So how
Very
the students is enjoying the class also they can identify because the participations from the students asking questions, all that. Yes, Samsia, anything?
now Uniraza have a powerful human resource.
Yes, they have a very powerful human resource.
I
Okay,
can
they
learn
can
from them.
view. They can view. So you see the system. Okay, so this is our UR people. So when I'm attendant, I have to every day have to clock in and clock out. So you also can see my profile here. Okay, this is profile. Okay, about me. Okay, about my contact. Okay, about the family members. So my education, my work experience, my courses. Okay, all these are informations. Okay, all these are information. Okay, if you want to find about, um, you see, all these are information. So if you want to find about the employee directory, you can go department by department or you can search their name. Okay, if you want to identify someone, see. So if you really want to contacted the person, you want to know more about the person, then employee directory is the one of that. So this is the system. Can you understand how the system work for the employee? Can I understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now Jaya, share yours.
Wait, finding my way to share the screen.
Yeah. Wow, you previously study in Uniraza. How?
Who? Who?
How? Yeah.
No, it's Tunku Abdul Rahman, not Razak.
Oh, Tunku Abdul Rahman. But your resume is Uniraza?
Oh, really? Okay, I think it's typo.
I say. You also confused where you are studying. See,
Can you
what
see
is
my
this?
screen now?
Ah, see.
Can see
Jaya
now?
is here.
Okay.
Oh, this is DKSH.
Yeah, so this is our home page, internal in-house home page database.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of leave and everything else is a separate thing, but this is the success factor that I mentioned earlier through SAP.
Click the
Yeah, click it.
success factor.
So under the success factor, right, these are the
Mm,
things that is covered. For example, performance, performance management, onboarding,
mm,
recruitment, and also mine is, and then it's also covering learning and development as well.
mm,
Okay, and reporting is usually done, is used by us as a recruiter to pull out reports for the number of vacancies available and stuff like that. So under recruitment,
Why I cannot see the success factors one?
cannot see. Wait,
I mean, you didn't click.
I did. Wait. Maybe I have to share it differently. Uh, okay. Can you see now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let me show again now.
Okay. See,
Okay.
very clear.
So
Yes,
under
you
this, we
see.
have all this
Okay,
learning.
wait, don't move.
Mm.
See, you can see admin center, career, company info, continuous performance. Click the continuous performance. Nothing.
No, because we haven't do anything yet. This one
Okay,
we have not.
Go to home. Development. See, I just showing you how they are doing all this. See, development area. They are indicating what are the training that they are going to let employees to join. So from here itself, you have to join it yourself. I mean, go and register, and they can identify that you are joining in this training topic. So from there itself, they can identify whether you are performing or not performing in terms of your professional development skills. Can you understand? Very good system, this one.
Yeah,
Very straightforward. See, onboarding, recruiting.
this one is my my baby.
See,
Okay.
wow, very detailed. Very good. Their system.
Yeah, so this one we can actually advertise vacancies through this system itself.
Exactly.
It will be automatically because this success factor is actually connected with JobStreet and LinkedIn as well. So when we
Mm.
advertise the
Mm.
position, the job applicants when they apply through LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
the application will come directly to this system. So
Mm-hmm.
you can just review the applicants from here itself and
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to go to LinkedIn to see the applicants applications. For example, like this, everything will be here, including the
Wow.
resumes and all. Let's say I'm clicking on Kelly Gunn,
Mm-hmm.
so everything will be here. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to click on the resume, then I'll be able to review the person's resume.
Exactly. We see what a super system. So that's why from the system itself, you will be able to understand. That's why we are learning about high performance work system to identify the correct system. Then you will be able to understand what is the reason we have high performance work system. Most of the I mean students that I'm always questioning them what is high performance work system, they don't know. So Jaya, very good. You are showing this because I can use this video to let them learn more.
This one here,
Hmm.
highlighting on the number of days the position has been vacant.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my KPI.
Mm-hmm.
My turnaround time is 90 days from the day
Mm-hmm.
the job rec has been approved until
Mm.
to the day that the candidate successfully signed the offer letter and returned back to us. So once they
Mm.
sign and return back to us, we'll be able
Mm.
to close the job requisition. So within 90
Wow.
days. So
Super.
like for example,
Mm.
this one will affect my KPI. This one I will not. It will affect in a way. It will affect my bonus because it's already above 90 days.
Okay. So this system is really like a monitor by HR. HR can view, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
See, that is the job of HR to strategize this kind of system to the employees to ensure that they can achieve the organization goal. At the same times, they can see how productive their work is. Now you understand what is the system about. Clear? Lie? Clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Jaya. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Very good. Very good system. Keep it up. Your company is very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, GKSH is very big.
Yes, it's very big, I know. But very good. The way they have a very wonderful system, and from there itself easily can see who is doing the job, even posting the job also. Very good. That's why I say, if you really want to study about the strategy human resource management, you need, as a HR manager, especially HR manager, you are holding that kind of position, suggested system which can help you. At the same times, you can observe and monitor your employees accordingly, so they also get promotion, they also get increments, everything. So they are on the track, so they will not miss from anything. So very good, very good. So that is the meaning of that system. Uh, I think you can understand. So from the system itself, which shown by the Jaya itself, they also have a meeting, everything, right, Jaya? You have a meeting schedules, everything, right? Which is can accept from the system.
Meetings not because that one is separately for teams and all. But let's say if I want to
Training.
churn report training, everything can be done through that.
So here my example is meeting, but Jaya's system can be training. So the report can be like this. You can generate from the system. So that's why we are using work system to make it our job simple. Okay. So at the end, the developing a high performance work system, the reason is we can evaluate the employees' benefits. Okay, from there itself, we can identify who is the right employee and who can be rewarded accordingly. Next, we can minimize our expenses in terms of recruitment. In terms of recruitment, they can minimize the costs, how many, everything. So that's the reason why we have a high performance work system. So Jaya, your system, I can see all these alignments are really developing the high performance work system.
Yes.
You can read one by one and try to relate with your system. I can say, I can say that your system is really fulfill these alignments. Very good system your company have. So that is the reason how we develop our high performance work system. So from there itself, the HR can strategize their plan accordingly to achieve the organization goals. So far, can you understand?
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
Did, Okay, so the next point will be the balancing act. You see, the balancing act related toward your individual and organization's performance. So these three areas should be focused highly by the human resource manager to achieve the individual and organization performance. So resources are required. Uh, Unlimited resources are required in the organization, so they have to work toward the budgeting of the resources. And what are the challenge that they will face by looking into the competitors advantage? After that, who is the performance supporters? So all these three components will lead to the individual and organization performance. That's why we call as a balancing act in a human resource management activities. Okay, understand, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the next point will be HR strategy alignment. So, how the HR strategy alignments can lead to the individual and organization performance. First of all, they will focusing toward training and development. You see, in the all organization, training and development is the main focus for the HR, because they want to let the employees improve their professional skills. That's why they always allow the employees to attend the training and develop their skills. So that's why it's become a main component for them to strategize the organization human resource management. Okay, next they look into the talent management, because they want to do recruitment and selection. They want to make the talented people joining the company. Okay, so the next one will be employee safety and security. So employee safety and security, by giving them all the benefits, insurance coverage, what are the benefits that let them feel secure? Okay, so that is the main focus of HR to do the strategy for the organizations. So when they are giving all this to the employee will feel that they are secure in the organization. So the turnover will be decrease. To retain them are very easy. To retain the employee are very easy. The way uh, managements or HR is giving uh, appreciations toward the employees. So employee retention and engagement, performance management, and the last as employee compensations and benefits. So all these alignments should be alliance toward the organization's strategy. So once they align the strategy, then they can lead into organizational performance. So far, understand? Any question? Do you have any question?
No.
No. Okay, so this is the example. You can Google this kind of articles to have a read and see how the high performance work system really increase the employee performance. So this is the example. You can copy this title and you can Google the article and see. See, all these are examples. Okay, examples of article for you to get more information about high performance work system. That's all. I done unit 5. Any questions for unit 5? Do you have any
No,
questions?
No
No.
questions.
no.
No.
Okay, so I will start with unit 6, human resource planning and recruitment. So human resource planning and recruitment, they have certain things which is they have to follow for the planning and recruitment. Okay, so the things for the human resource planning and recruitment, actually it's a part of components which is HR will be more focused toward recruitment, because they have uh, their own plan, their own strategy to minimize and to shortage the labor. So they have a policies for them to identify criteria for employees to be fit to the organization. So now there are three stages in the HR planning. Okay, so when they are doing planning for the recruitment purposes, everything, these are the three stages. First of all, they will do the forecasting. Okay, they will try to predict, assume in terms of cost, in terms of labor force, everything they will do the forecasting. After that, from the forecasting itself, they are trying to align with the goal setting of the organization, try to align with the vision, mission, goals, and the strategy that they are doing the plan. Okay, the third point will be program implementation and evaluation. So whatever goals or whatever strategy that they do the planning, they will do the implementation. And from the implementation, they will try to identify whether the plan can be uh, achieved or not to be achieved. So these are the three stages that always be do by the HR in the organization. Okay, so far, uh, any of you in the organization, especially the HR manager, okay, do you implement, do you implemented these stages? Any of you? Pony is a HR manager, right?
Yes, doctor, we do.
Can you explain to me how you are doing all this?
For recruitment related, right?
Doesn't matter, anything also can, which is your
Mm.
departments are doing, because HR will do planning for all the departments, not only for the recruitment.
Yeah. So basically, we have strategy planning for entire HR.
Mm,
Depends on companies' uh, objective that we want to achieve, because every financial year we do have different objective that we want to achieve. So let's say, for example, if the company is doing transformation right now,
mm,
so we will need a lot of positions created for the transformation, such as enterprise architect, solutions architect is needed, project manager is needed.
mm,
So once we gather, like, what are the company's goal that we want to achieve, then we have to start doing appropriate strategy planning in terms of recruitment, training, and development. And of course,
mm,
other HR functions such as a payroll, com and ben, it's required to be in part of the planning as well. Is because this will actually comes with cost per hire,
mm,
or cost for training, things like that,
mm,
welfare,
mm,
all these things has to be aligned to the company objective. So yes, we will need to understand the company's direction first, then we
mhm,
start doing the planning after that, and then then after that we'll evaluate as to like how we go about it, and how
mhm.
far have we done, and then what are the shortfall that we need to back up, things like that.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's very it's a 360 kind of activities for every year in HR. So we are pretty tight with the schedule as well, especially
Mm,
for recruitment and retention part, because recruitment, it's all retention of the turnover rate, and then we will need to understand whether how the market is right now, whether we provide the competitive remuneration to the staff or to the
mhm,
candidates. So
mhm,
all these things are actually in our planning, strategy planning, as we call. We have to see like what is the budget cost per hire.
mhm.
Yeah, so all these things, it's has to be aligned.
Mm. Thank you, Bonnie.
Mm,
Very good. So,
thank
how
you.
about other? Can you explain how even if you are HR in the organization, then how do you are planning toward your departments and other departments? Only Pony is the HR manager, not others. Chia, you HR manager? No.
I'm in talent acquisition.
So how they are doing planning for the talent acquisition?
On a yearly basis, we will review with each of the business in terms of like what is the department goals they are going to achieve.
So it's mean
So
they will do the prediction first.
yes. So example like okay in the shared service model, they
Hmm?
will kind of like agree with the business that will take in more services. Okay. For example, okay, they are not just taking care of like payroll. Probably some people okay they will take in for the share. I mean like inquiries. Okay, those kind of like additional service required. So once they have agreed with the business that this is the additional service that we are going to take over, then we'll start to think about like how many headcounts that we needed okay for that extra services. So basically we are more into the short term planning on the yearly basis on the future demand.
Okay, good, good, Jia.
Thank you.
Okay, I think other students, you all know how the HR is doing. Jia, you?
Okay, doctor, because from my side is recruitment side, so usually like for labor demands, right? Since the KSH is providing market expansion services,
Hmm.
so um, whenever there's new businesses coming in, then the business unit will plan ahead and inform HR that okay, so this is the new business and how many headcounts they require and what are the positions that's required to be hired for the upcoming years and so on. According to the then they will put in the budget and etc.
Okay. Okay, that is the way they are doing their HR planning for each department. So that's why I say each organizations they have a different way to do the planning. So it's based on how they are going to estimate. After that, they do the evaluation first before they go for the real implementation. Because they cannot like after they do the predictions, everything they assume they straight away implemented that things. They have to do the try and error first before they go for the actual implementation. That's why it will take time. Cannot be even your promotions also. They cannot promoted you in a 1 second. They have to look from the top to the bottom. There is a top to the bottom approaches. From the beginning itself, your attitude, behavior, everything they will see before they are promoted to you. That is the way HR will do. HR will make a decisions of planning. Even your head is ask you to promote you become a manager. HR will not agree simply. They have a procedures. They have a plan. So that's why in a recruitment and selections department, they will not appointed easily anyone. They have to go one by one. That's why it will take time. Whatever planning that done by the HR in the organization, it's not in a second they can be implemented everything. Take time, 1 year to 2 years. Okay. So that is the meaning of forecasting stage of HR planning because when forecast they have to look into the labor supply and labor demand as well. That's why I say they cannot simply throw everything toward what we want. So that's why they have to look even if they want to do any transfer or promotions. Okay, even they want to go for retirement, they have to think who is the person. They have to come up with the planning and identify who and which age, everything they need to identify before they go for the implementation. Okay, so that is the one. The next point is downsizing. Okay, you know the reason of downsizing, right? Some during our pandemic itself, what happened? Downsizing is the huge issues in the organization, yes or no? Okay, what's the reason they are doing downsizing in the organization? First of all, they can come up with all the employees, ask them to join the company. After that, they are creating the downsizing. because they don't have a proper planning. That's right. When they don't have a HR planning properly, they go for the HR planning. This downsizing will happen immediately. So when you are taking into the pandemic time, during the pandemic time, that's why I'm always stress up these things. Why they don't have HR don't have any planning before and after the pandemic. You try to think about it. Why all the organizations will not do this? You as a HR manager, why not you come up HR planning before and after the pandemic? So you can ignore this downsizing matter, the issue. You know how many employees were struggling when during the pandemic time? They was downsizing, they was terminated, most of them. Sampai I can say some of them are family members or divorced. They can't survive, in the pandemic time. All this because of who? HR don't have a proper planning. GA just think about the organization. The management just think about their self to minimize the labor, to minimize the cost, but they never think immediately action will be damaged other employees' family. That's why I'm always, asking the students, you are HR manager, why you don't have this kind of planning? Try to do this kind of planning and propose this, because you will not be implemented this immediately. You only be implemented during the pandemic time. So during the pandemic time, you should have a proper planning to help everyone, to save everyone life. Reduce downsizing, it means do not have eliminations of the employees during the pandemic. Some of them are suicide also other, especially the pilot. They are suicide. Indian pilot suicide, cannot live because cannot survive without huge salary. So these are the things have to be planned by the people. But most Malaysian people don't have brain to think about it. I can say that. If you look at into overseas cultures, everything, sure they have a backup plan during the pandemic time. They are trying to save their employees. Malaysian people, you mati tapa. Saya punya perut kenyang. Macam tu. Betul tak? Samsia. Am I right or not? Malaysian people.
But Professor, I mean like Doctor, I have to comment that it's not only Malaysia. Even okay, during the pandemic, I think Google, they are the first one who do the retrenchment. Yeah.
Why they want to do that? You know how effective that things. Impact, it will be effect toward the employee's life. Because of one job, the fellow is suicide. What happened to the family members? All these have to think. That's why I say people who run up the organizations, they only think about themselves. Nobody think about other people's. That is human beings. Humanity is not there. But only people who are survive, those who are really believed to the God. God helping them a lot. Some of them really cannot survive on during the pandemic time. Even me, I also facing lot barriers, during the pandemic. But my confidence, my because of my confidence, okay, I'm also that time didn't pay for 3 months salary, during the pandemic itself. 3 months salary, I didn't get my 3 months salary. You just imagine how to survive for 3 months. Even they keep on have a what we call uh, what we call P apa Sam? Apa Samsia? PKP. Okay, they have a PKP. For what's the reason they have a PKP? All sit down at home. Some of them really lost their job. You see. So people have to think. Uh, Dying matter we can't say, and I don't know. The reason is the virus is affected due to China people. One of the scientists, doctor or something, the lady spirit that medicine, which is not done fully by the scientists. That's why we have a COVID, coughing, flu, can't breathe, because the result is not a fully evaluated. So who should be for blame in this matter? That's why human beings is the one is created the pandemic. Human beings is the one that created pandemic, not the God. Okay, human beings is the one, and she is the one created this COVID-19. How it's affected, because the scientists haven't checked yet, and she's going and spirit that things. China is the one kena first, ramai mati, all that. I don't know what. And now she no more in China, right? Dia kena pull out from country, right? Any of you know this news or not? Tahu isu-isu semasa ke tak? Ha? Samsia, betul ke Samsia?
Tak sampai ke doktor.
Tak tahu isu ni. Alamak.
We know the disease is come from China, but
The reason is come from China, but you know who is the person make this? She is a doctor, professor, if I'm not mistaken. Dia di pulau dari country also. Sebab ujian yang diorang buat tu tak sampai ke tahap untuk dihabiskan. Tapi dia pula spirit benda tu. Benda tu dah keluar. Sebab tu kena batuk, kena semua tu tak boleh bernafas. Sebab tu nama dia COVID-19. Virus tu. That's the meaning lah. Okay. So the effect of downsizing, as you all know, the effect of downsizing, when management is doing the downsizing, what will affect it to the employer, employee, so all individual, So the effect is very huge when they are downsizing. Okay, due to the company performance is not good. At the end, the long-term effect will happen to the management. That is the effect. So the next one will be early retirement program. Okay. Anyone who like to have an early retirement? Why? Oh, why? Why? Don't want to work.
Yeah, I don't want to work anymore. I want to retire early.
Why? You still young, right? 60 tahun ke you?
I mean, this is everyone's dream. We want to enjoy life at a younger age while we still can walk. We should
You
enjoy.
married, right?
Not until like 60. No, I'm single.
Oh, still single. Of course. Chinese always like that. Okay. Why lah, Jia? You should marry like Pony. You see Pony?
Huh? Why me? I also want to retire early, doctor.
Pony, you also single lah?
Of course, single
Oh
is good.
my God. Why? Ah?
I told you care so much, no stress.
All Chinese are thinking like that. Ah.
We rather earn money and then spend for ourselves, not to other people.
So when old time, how are you are carrying yourself?
Then we go to orphanage house. Oh.
Oh my God, what kind of mentality you all? If you really want to stay single, then you must have everything for you. Don't go orphanage. At the end, they will beat you nicely.
No, so right now you have to earn more money. Okay, then you have money
Ah,
already. By the time you already, you go and find somewhere like five class kind of orphanage house. Okay, where
ah,
you can spend money, ask them to take care of you like a
ah.
princess.
Very good, Bonnie. I like it.
Ah,
Your concept.
this is my strategy planning. You see.
Oh, see, Pony already have a strategy plan for its life.
But they say right now government actually declare that if you want to retire, then your
Uh,
EPF must reach 3 million first. You know.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true.
So
What?
yeah. So now working hard lah.
Okay. So, Jaya, you follow what Pony say.
Uh,
See, Jaya is regret married somehow. Okay. That's why I say, uh, if you get a very good partner, is different. Okay, if you get a good partner, is different. You will be happy. If you, I can say nowadays, the century nowadays, we will not get a good partner. So if like that means better be alone, better be single, try to earn as much as you all can, then proceed your life. Because men and women not a different too much. We have most, I can say our strengths is huge rather than men. Okay, so I feel like better I also follow like you all. Better be single all the time. Be happy with what we have. Okay, so yang dah kahwin, uh, I can say don't worry about what parents say. Okay, parents will say because they want to accomplish their responsibility as a parents. That's all. Okay, they don't know how struggle you after marriage. They will not be with you after marriage. It's your life. If you are struggling, they will say, itu you punya lah, hal. Macam tu. So don't care about what people say. You happy with what you have. But don't go for early retirement lah. You must earn as much as you can. Okay? Pony and Gia, you are thinking want to be single? Don't go for early retirement. Okay? Earn.
Okay, earn more.
On. Keep money for yourself. Because Pony's strategy want to have an orphanage which is they care nicely like parents. Am I right?
Yes,
So you must give lot money to them.
yes.
Ah,
Partially will go to the side already again.
partially, you give partially you punya property to them.
Yeah.
Then they can take care of you. Even doctor can come to the orphanage to take care of you.
Yes.
Okay, Gia also like that. Got strategy?
my strategy is enjoy the present because now it's too fragile. You never know like what will happen tomorrow. So
Ah,
yeah,
so that kind of strategy you see. That's why I say
live in the moment, c'est la vie.
different people have different view. That's why I'm telling. So better. That's why we share and be happy what we learn. Okay. Now we try to have a enjoyable. But for me, I don't like to travel. I don't like to travel. I went to India, but my brother, he went to India 3 times, 4 times. But I only went one time. I feel like I'm not enjoy. I feel like I don't like it. Staying in a hotel. Some more, in India, there's not a proper hotel at all. All like rumah saja. Wrong place. Okay. I went wrong place. I don't know because I went with my family. I'm not traveling alone. So for me, I feel like I'm not good in traveling. Okay, if I have friend also, they are depending too much from me. So how to travel like this? You tell me. Ah, solo. I don't want. Solo means no point lah. Better don't go anywhere. Stay at home. Earn as much as you can. Keep on your back. Am I right? Yeah, am I right or not? Solo for what? Traveling. So, Jia, you traveling with who?
Traveling with friends, okay, with different groups, with family as well. Spend more
Oh,
time with family.
oh, you also family minded lah.
Mm. I
Very
love
good
my
girl.
parents.
Okay, I'm always attached with my family. Okay, what to do? They are our life. Okay, cannot be solo all the time. Okay, so don't plan with the early retirement. When you are planning for the early retirement, still you are very healthy. Still you are very healthy. You can earn as much as you can. You go for the working. If you are planned for the early retirement, at the end the money can finish anytime. So it will not help your lifestyle. That is the early retirement program. So if you have a strategy like you want to open a business or whatever it is, it's different. So you have to think about this early retirement program. Okay, so think about it and see how it works for your life. Okay, for the employing temporary workers. Okay, for employing temporary workers also, it's not good like a part-time all that, because all the organizations is not taking um, full-time peoples to join their company. Okay, most of them they go for the part-time job. But nowadays they are giving a contract or part-time same like a full-time job. They have a bonus, they have a increments, everything. Okay, nothing much difference. So that is the temporary workers. They required for 3 months. Some of the organization they required for 3 months. Some of them 6 months. Some of them 1 year also. It depends to the agency how they are doing the recruitment. Okay, so all the organization, the HR will do the planning whether they want to have a temporary workers, full-time workers or permanent workers. Okay, so I can tell you my experience that nowadays especially in Uniraza, beginning itself for the lecturer they are just putting them into the contract base. Okay, for the administrations, for the management levels, all are permanent job. So we also asking why you want to keep us as a contract. Even if you keep us as a contract, we want to apply for grant also very difficult, because they don't want funding money for the contract people, contract lecturers and staff. So after that, the management is decided those who are working 5 years, more than 5 years, they will convert it into the permanent job, like that law. So different organization have different, like my brother's institution in Ta UMT, after 3 years he was converted to the permanent position. Like Uniraza, 5 years, then only you will be a permanent staff. So depends how the management is going to have you in the organization. Yes, Lai, you want to say
Oh,
something?
yes, I want to say something. I think from company perspective, when they want to hire contracts or temporary workers, it's actually easy for them to manage out somehow. if they don't need this kind of labor anymore.
Yes, true. That is exactly. They have that strategy because they want to see whether they can easily manage the workers, or they they feel like you are not fit for the organization, so they will be terminated. That's why they want to have a temporary workers. Okay, not they implemented to everyone. Okay, so that is the meaning of temporary workers. Now, outsourcing and offshoring. Any of you have idea about outsourcing and offshoring? Yeah, you want to say about outsourcing? Do you have any outsourcing?
Yes, okay. In my, I mean, like 2 years back, okay, we have a project to hire a lot of headcounts, okay, within a short period of time due to relocation, centralization. So, of course, what we would not want to impact on the long-term cost, to hire in-house person, okay, just to recruit them. So we decided to go for outsourcing model, which means that we outsource these positions to the third party staffing agencies to help us to provide support for that
Yeah,
particular 1 year. Yeah,
that is outsourcing. So it's mean you have someone from the outside of the organization,
yeah.
especially suppliers, vendors. Okay. What about the offshoring? Any of you?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, Pony, tell me.
So in the bank, offshoring is very common. Offshoring usually they see which location is a cost-effective place, and
Mm-hmm.
then they will offshore the projects to the particular country. Let's say, for example, India.
Mm,
Last time, I think now the living cost in India also very high. Last time, when India country still having a moderate or so-called low cost, so
mm-hmm.
they actually offshore the projects to India. Okay,
Mm,
but that is a bank practice because it's cost effective wise, so they are looking at the money.
mm,
So I also in part of the offshoring project
mm-hmm.
during my time, so I understand how offshoring work. And then but it's just that offshoring, one thing that we need to understand here is we have to understand their employment act in the particular country.
Mm,
So therefore in HR, right,
mm,
we pretty it's quite difficult for us to understand their employment act
mm.
until we hire their local people to join us and give us training, then only we understand better.
Okay. Okay. Then one more example that I can give. Oil and gas is a offshoring one, you know. They always have a project from outside, and they go for the offshoring, especially the engineers. Okay. That is one of the example, offshoring. Okay. So you understand, right, what is outsourcing and offshoring? So that is the one. So the affirmative action planning, okay, always have a planning for the staff, what they want to do, all that. Okay, so now look into the HR recruitment process. Okay, you see in your learning method, HR recruitment process is like this, but when you are look into the reality of your organization's recruitment process will be different. Okay, will be different because each organization they have their own recruitment style. This one is the basic one to let you know how they are doing the job choice. Okay, yeah, understand, right? Understand?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So personal policy, what is personal policy? Personal policy, personal means not your personal, what is personal? Different name for HR, not your personal, remember, not your personal. HR policy we call personal policy. So HR have their own policies for the recruitments, for selections, for everything in the organization. So These HR policies always implemented for the vacancy recruitment purposes. Okay, you see, I can give you an example. First of all, the HR will see internally employee who can suit for the vacancy. Yes or no? So once they find out there is no any suitable candidate can fit for their company vacancy, they will look into the external selections. So that is one of the HR policy, personal policy. Can you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the recruitment sources. Okay, we have only this is the basic one. Maybe different company they have recruitment sources, different recruitment sources, but basically these are the things that always using by the recruiters. I mean the HR peoples to do recruitments. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So the recruiters they have to focus into the functional area, traits and realism. So functional area where I mean HR will look into the specialist area. Okay, that they need peoples to fit. Then the trait means the characteristics of the recruiters. Okay, realism, all that is it realistic the job that they are giving, all that how honest it is. So so two step to enhance recruiter impact. First of all, as a recruiter, if you are recruiter, you need to give timely feedback uh, to the candidate that you are going to do recruiting. Okay, so provide timely feedback. You have to recruit in the team. I think Jaya, you are playing your roles in a team, right?
Yes.
So that is the recruiter. There are two steps to announce their impact. So when you are doing in a team itself, make sure that your feedback must be on time, everything. So the summary of this part, I mean the HR planning and HR recruiting. So we need to understand that HR need to do the planning to identify labor supplies and demand. Okay, before they are having the shortage. At the same time, they need to announce the success of the organizations and reduce the human suffering from losing their job. Downsizing, especially downsizing matter. That's why I'm telling HR need to do planning during before and after the pandemic, because it can be reduce their uh, they can reduce the human suffering, especially when the employee is losing the job. Okay, so the next point will be the recruitment purposes. So by having this HR planning, they can be able to pull out the right candidate, right applicant to reduce their labor shortage from happening. So that is the reason we need to have a HR planning. So far, can you understand, right? Why we required HR planning for the
Yes.
reason? Okay. So next point will be evaluation process. So when they are doing the evaluation, they have to look these components. First, they need to identify what is the reliability, validity, generalizability, utility, and legality. So when you're talking about reliability, you should know how reliable your job advertisements toward the candidate, okay, and how valid it is for them to apply for the job. So reliability will look into the physical or cognitive abilities, which is free from the random area. So you need to know the correlations between numbers and between the job that you wanted to post. So you need to know the reliability. So the validity means validity can be measured according to the job performance. So you can do the face validity, content validity, okay, expert validity to identify how valid your job toward the department. So that's why we need to know about the validity of the job. So HR need to come up with the uh, proper validity to identify whether it is valid for the candidate to be offered or not. So that's why they are looking into the reliability and validity of the job. So the third point will be generalizability. So generalizability, it's something like we have to identify how that a valid selections method toward the context to another context. So general means something which is a general, okay? So how that general ability will be used for these three contexts. First of all, we need to know with the different situation. You can find out from the job or the organization. Second, you can see from the sample of people who are applying for the job. The third, you can see from the time period. Okay, so that's why we call it as a generalizability. Can you understand now what is generalizability? Huh? Can I understand? Can I understand?
Yes.
So really can understand what is generalizability.
Prof, can give example?
Okay, generalizability is a okay, you can identify by these three contexts. Okay, you can, for example, if you want to advertise any job for the candidate, so you can find out from the different situations in terms of job positions, okay, in terms of job position and in terms of the organizations also. Or you can identify from the people who are applying for the job, different, I mean diversity peoples who are applying for the job, okay, and the time period we call, that's why we say it's a generalizability. Understand? Okay, clear? Clear not?
Clear, clear, clear.
Okay, utility. What is utility? Utility.
Useful.
Huh? What is utility? Example, please. Utility. Okay, utility come from reliability, validity, and generalizability. So, what is utility? Give example how utility is considered in the job application.
The information that in the job application uh, can what we call can the applicant can get the information correctly and what we call
Okay, I give you example. Ratio that we can find, for example, percentage of people that we wanted to test them versus with the total number of applicant. For example, the total of applicant is 100. Okay, 100. So the percentage of people that we tested, 50. 50 out of 100. You get me? That is utility based on reliability, validity, and generalizability. You understand what I say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Student, can you understand what I say? Utility. Come on. Open
Yes,
your
yes.
mind. Sham, you understand? Okay. What about the other student?
Understand, understand.
John, what you understand? Let me know.
Okay, from what I see here, I read is basically when information is provided, it has some form of credibility behind it, lah. Be it for like recruiting or for work related. Basically, any information that is shared, it has like proper source, lah. It's not something people assume from something. This one, I understand.
That is information. How do you, uh, I mean, the utility will be considered as a part of your assessment. How? Chia?
In my understanding is that okay, basically we are putting them a set of like questions. For example, during the recruitment process in my company,
Mm,
we will put them into some psychometric tests or even like some competency tests. So we are putting all the applicants into the same set of assessment,
mhm.
okay, to make the right decision.
So, for example, you have a 100 applicant. Okay, you have a 100 applicant. So, from the 100 applicant, you identify 50 with psychometric tests, which is fit for them to hold the position. So that one we call as a utility, which is considered as a ratio from the percentage of people tested divide by the total number of applicant. Can you understand? That's why we call utility. John, can you understand now?
Yep.
Ah,
Doctor, the percentage or the ratio is up to organization, isn't it?
organizations maybe.
Mean that
Uh, it depends. It depends toward the organizations how they are going to calculate that ratio. We just giving a sample only.
okay,
Okay.
understand.
Okay. The next one will be legality. Okay. All of us know what is legality. Am I right or not? Why legality very important for the HR? Huh?
To make sure we follow the due diligence,
Okay.
the due diligence of the things that we carry out, make sure it is comply with the
Okay.
laws.
Yes. It's part of it. Legality means you see when you are joining with any companies, you are locked with the legal matters, legals act everything. So if you have any problem with your employer or issues of your employee itself, you have to file up under Malaysian labor law, because anything which is related with your salary, bonus, increments, that manipulate by the employer, you will refer to the legal, as employee you have to go to the labor law. So that's why we call legality. So HR consider this. When talk about HR are under the legality. They have to follow all the Malaysian labor laws act that relate to the employees. Even if you have any problem with the attendance, if you have any problem with the disciplinary in the organization, or you make a sexual harassments or something that cause toward the law in the organization, you will be fall under Malaysian labor laws. You understand? Yes, Chia.
Can I provide a more straightforward example for this? For
Sure.
example, that our law say that we cannot hire someone who is aged below 16 at
It's
work.
part of, yes.
Yeah,
You see, that one. As an employer, you, if you are hiring people under age 16, I mean under 16 years old, you are caught into the labor law
yeah,
because it's already indicate clearly in Malaysian labor law that you can't do any recruitment under 16 years old. See, that's why HR in the organizations always follow this law procedures. They won't against the legality. Can you understand now? So don't think you are in the organization there's no any law. No, you still have. They will refer you to the labor law because you are fall under employee. Uh, Only people's under age uh, less than 16 years, yes, you don't have any law. That's why employer are strictly owning by the Malaysian's law, do not do any recruitments people's under 16 years old. It is very, very huge punishments will be given to them. Okay, so that is the meaning of legality. So the next point will be selections method. You see, HR always go for this kind of selection methods. Basically, every organization they have this method. So maybe different company they have a different styles method for the selections. So Gia, what about your see Children's and Young Person Employment Act 1966? Okay, if you are doing any requirement for the children's who is under 16 years, they can be launched under Children and Young Person Employment Act 1966. So it will fall under this act. So there you can see how the punishments, how the procedures is carried on. Maybe they have to be jailed. I don't know how many years. Or the employer, I'm not talking about the children, the employer will be jailed or penalty will be given to them. So if you go through this act, you will know how the punishments will be carried on, how the procedures will be carried on. Okay, there are many acts, you know. Syamsia, dah lah you belajar Malaysian law dengan I, sampai dah boleh post lagi kau act semua kat chat. Okay, very good. If you are studying Malaysian law, then you will know. I will ask you to do my teaching style lah. I will ask the students to find out the act and explain according to the scenario. So those who are taking with me, happily you are learn. You know already how to implement it all the act. Okay, so that is the one of the act will be implemented for the children under 16 years old. Okay. Basically all the company have these general methods for the selections. What about you all? Do you have a different method rather than what I'm indicated here? If you have, you can share and explain it. Any of you have a different method? Don't have, Chia, you also don't have, all using the basic one.
no, I'm just like trying to give opportunity to others to
Oh
answer.
lama. Okay, okay,
Yes.
others please. Pony.
Mm, For our side here, mainly we are using those third-party assessment. That
Uh-huh.
assessment is more on personality test, cultural fit test. So in order to see,
So it's been
actually,
under references and biographical data lah.
yes, correct. So
Okay, that is not
basically,
new, basic.
yeah.
Okay,
So
what
I
about okay,
that's the only test that we have lah.
okay. Gia, what about you?
I have ever worked with one of the positions where the hiring manager required I mean like the candidates to go back to do some case study. So
Oh,
it's like a work assignment. They put them
uh-huh.
into like a scenario. So they are given one week for them to do the assignment and come back, okay, with the a case study, okay, those kind of like a solution.
Do you think it is worked?
For some of the strategic position, it will work because last time when
For
I
this
attended some of
strategy.
interview, I was
Uh-huh.
also asked to do some presentation slide. Okay, I was given some case
Yeah,
study
it
to answer as
depends
well.
to their roles as well.
Mm,
Not every position, every department it will work.
yep.
Depends to the department. Like strategy, things which is planning, you can ask them to do because they need to come up with the solution. If not, we are not able to fit for the department. Good, good, yeah, very good. You are doing a very good, talented recruitment way. Keep it up. Okay, next. Lai, you have anything?
No, more or less the same. But if because our company are hiring more on technical software development, so they do
Uh,
have like code challenge tests in order to gauge their technical skill sets.
yes. Yeah, some of them go for the technical test also. Okay, so these are the method that always HR will use lah. So a different company they have a different styles for them to be evaluated. Like what Jia say, their companies go for the uh, case studies, all that to identify the person is fit for the strategy department or not. Yeah, it's very good. Ask them to do the strategy planning also, Ujia. Next time, I'm giving you one recommendation. Ask them to come up with the strategy for the department and see how it's work. Tell them to. If not, they will not do. They just be a strategy manager for the department, but they don't know how to do strategy. So this is one of the recommendation. Ask them to create a strategy for the department. Say this is the situation. Okay, if this kind of situation, how do you want to come up with the strategy for the solutions? Let them to come out plan A, plan B. Okay, ask them. Sure, they will pensan when they don't know how to come up with the strategy. Okay, so the next point will be interview. So basically, interview will be the most common all the organizations will use and to identify whether you are capable in terms of communication. So interview is given for them to identify whether the candidate can speak well and their skills in terms of communications among all others. Okay, so all these are explanations for the method. Okay, so all these are explanation. So this is the examples of the IQ test. Some of the organization they will use this IQ test. I don't know what is the instruction. They just giving this without any instruction. So what they want to get from the numbers, no any instruction, they just giving this kind of pepper uh, to the candidate and no instruction. So how the candidate going to do this? I don't know, because I got it this kind of IQ test but no instruction. Buat lah apa yang you boleh buat. Only that is the instruction.
Doctor, I think it's somehow it's like the last time the old phone, okay, where we can create the music. So whenever you create, you press the number five,
Mm-hmm.
so you can make it like the full song. Probably it's like testing, okay, what is the
Oh,
song like?
oh, like that. That is song, but this is number.
Yes,
So
because we
once,
use the mobile phone, last time the old mobile phone, you
uh-huh,
will have the beeping sounds, okay? Every single numbers that you press, right, it will
uh-huh.
generate different sounds. You know last time our ringtone is like monotone. You can press the number to you follow uh
Ah, yeah,
the
yeah,
script, okay, and you can
yeah.
create the song.
Oh, wah, mana boleh. Orang biasa pun cannot do, right? I think you also cannot find out. So they have to think about it like the proper IQ test for the employees, not giving too tough for them. Human beings is not a genius, all of them, right? We just born only, okay? So the theory test is based on the technical test for the engineering and non-technical test. Okay, so they will giving the theory test for the engineer at the same time for the non-technical. It's a basic management test. So they want to identify who is the suit for the organization. So the difference between recruitment and selection, you can see the basics that I'm indicated here and how the difference between the recruitment and selection. So that's all. Thank you very much. We done our presentations for unit 5 and 6. So now I invite group 1 to do their presentation. Thank you.
Can we have a rest for 5 minutes, doctor?
5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, can.
Thank you.
No need 5 minutes. Just 2 minutes enough because we have two groups, right? Today two groups are okay. Then you have to make it your presentations be good. Okay. Okay, shall we start group one? Who is the presenter for group one?
Can everybody see the slide?
Yes.
Samsia, this is the PDF version.
Yeah. You want to use the slide?
Yeah, better.
Better. Wait for a minute.
Nanti John's hard work wasted.
Sekejap ya, doktor.
Shantia, can you please make the slide in full version?
You need help, Samsia? You want me to project?
Yes.
Can you? Can you?
Okay, can wait. Can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
John, are you taking over first?
The
No, they are
introduction, is it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it
can.
Tasneem?
I can lah. I do the intro lah. Okay.
John, you are doing the introduction.
What? You want to do? You want me to do?
No, I am starting from slide 3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, so I do an introduction lah, just a quick introduction lah. Okay. Hi guys, my name is John. I'll be representing Group One. Okay, and the reason why we chose Apple, just a short story behind it lah. Because nowadays, right, a lot of the people tend to appreciate Apple, right, with the status type of product. It's not really a product to help solve your problem. Actually, it's more nowadays people choose to buy it is to show themselves, oh, we are this type of person. So this is why we want to choose Apple, to show why Apple is able to carry themselves into this Apple ecosystem. I'm not sure whether you're familiar with this term. It's called Apple ecosystem. You're not only buying their product, you're buying into their electronic environment. That's all. Next slide. Okay, so just a quick run up. So there's four of us today. Okay, me, John, Tasnim, Jaya, and Sham. All four of us will take our intern to do our presentation, starting with Tasnam. She will be answering question 1, and then question 2 and 3 will be answered by me. Question 4 will be answered by Jaya, Sham, and then the last two will be by Jaya together with the conclusion. That is all. So I pass the time to Tasnam.
Thank you, John. So I'm going to start with the introduction of Apple. That means the overview. At first, I want to tell about Apple Insurance, which was formerly Apple Computer, is an American multinational corporation headquartered in Cupertino, California. And its best-known hardware products are the Mac line of computers, the iPod music player, the iPhone smartphone, and the iPad tablet computer. And Apple Insurance designs, manufactures, and markets smartphones, tablets, personal computers, and wearable devices. Then you can see the revenue of Apple Insurance. It was 1.3 billion worldwide, especially in India and China population. The overall sold is 1.3 billion. And more than 100 million people use Mac globally, and it's 161,000 employees it has as part of the data 2023. Jia, next slide, please. So now I'm going to discuss about the core key businesses in Apple company. They have many products like phone products and services, which is iPhone App Store, then computer hardware, which is including Mac hardware products, iPad, tablet, then server and storage products, then music product and services, which includes iPod and related accessories, iTunes Store, in where online services to distribute third-party music or audiobook, etc. Then they have internet software and services, which includes web browser. This is known as Safari Pi, then Mobile Me, then QuickTime. They also have wireless connectivity and networking like iCloud, AirPod Screen, etc. So that's all for my part. So now I'm inviting John to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'll be talking about just two aspects of the Apple company, which is the just like many other corporations, they face two types of challenges. Both are internal and then another one is external. So I start off by talking about the internal challenges. One of the most common technology company faces every day is pressure to innovation. As you know, right, every single year Apple have to release an iPhone, and many people know that technically the upgrade from one phone to the another is not much. The last time Apple actually innovated was in the iPhone 6 and the iPhone X, which is the 10. After that, it's just like a minor spec of it. So as time passes, some people don't really tend to come up with it. I'm not sure many of you are aware that this brand called Huawei, Xiaomi is all China, but those type of phones are more starting to pick up and they also following Apple to build their ecosystem. Okay, as I mentioned in the introduction, right, what is the ecosystem? Basically, Apple is trying to create their own technology environment. That's why they're trying to tackle many markets such as the iPhone, Mac. Most, if not every single one that you meet will at least have one Apple product with them. This is because they're trying to integrate that into their own system. Similarly to what Microsoft did back in the 90s, where they make every office have a computer that use Windows, Apple is doing a similar thing. The only thing is it's a bit pricey than the average price lah. So they try to make it into a status thing. This one I can answer from my experience lah. A lot of my colleagues, when they receive their annual bonus, they tend to just upgrade to the latest iPhone, straight cash, and they do this every year for no reason at all other than to just keep up with the latest trend. Next, okay, this is the second challenge they will face lah. You can go to external lah. You can go to external. Okay. What are the external challenges? Okay, this one is a very highlight actually. Okay, first is market saturation. Okay, as you can know, right, the market for smartphones specifically is very demanding. People not only change annually, people change all the time. Okay, Apple is a product that is known that even though you buy an iPhone for 5 years ago, 3 years ago, you can still use it to this day. But the problem is Apple is being accused of scummy updates where whenever a new phone comes out, for example, this year iPhone 15 Pro came out, or the other old phone, right, the battery started giving issue. So a lot of people accuse Apple of this type of issue lah. So a lot of people don't really trust Apple to maintain their older product. Next is a global economy situation. Okay, as you know, now during the peak of COVID, everyone was indoor. A lot of people giving into streaming and the technology. Oh, by the way, Apple also have their own streaming, called Apple TV, which is considered quite good actually, and it's picking up a lot of steam over the years. Okay, because the economy is quite bad as the last few years, right, Apple have to face the challenge to compete with other technology. Because if you compare iPhone, Xiaomi, Samsung, Apple is actually one of the most expensive. I'm not sure many of you are aware, the latest iPhone 15, the most highest price is already 6 to 8,000 ringgit Malaysia, that's you can buy two motorbikes, with that money. And then lastly, regulatory pressure. Okay, this one I want to tackle this. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong in this. Starting next year or the year after, they will permanently get rid of the Apple charger, the lightning cable that we are using today, because the Euro have a policy where if you want to use the charger, you have to use the normal one they use for Android. But Apple don't want to compromise their ecosystem, right? So instead of changing it, follow the Euro policy, right? They instead want to permanently get rid of the charger and make it into wireless charging. This is not confirmed yet, lah, but that is how desperate they are to maintain their environment, lah. That is all. Okay, Shang, you can answer these two. Yeah.
Okay, for the key human resource function that affect the challenges is one is talent acquisition, of course. In the technology industry, there are many competitors of Apple, such as like John says before this is Microsoft, Huawei, and others, and it make we will see that in talent acquisition and recruitment there are also a competition on this, on in this industry. So to make this there is innovation pressure and risk also recruitment to get the correct talent and recruit a best employee. And then the second one is challenge faced by Apple is employee training and development because of the fast advancement, rapid technological, and it is a dynamic and change rapidly. So they need to product diversification and skill diversification on employee so that they can improve more. So next, this is the challenges of human resource function. So to address the human resource challenges, there are certain recommendation. I think we can go back to uh, the professor slide before. high high performance management, is it high high work high what we call high performance work system. I think Apple can use this strategy also to what we call to improve their strategies. One is about talent acquisition. I read some of the studies. They said that Apple, when they recruit people, when they recruit employer, they are a level of interview they have to face, and some studies said that they are very dramatic in recruiting the employee. So their suggestion that make it more easy so that they don't leave the worthy candidates and real talents. Mean that not only interview they can make also writing, because some people they cannot speak very well, but they can write very well. And then another about recruitment is focus on diversity inclusion, because Apple is a wide and trillion-dollar established company, so worldwide company. So diversity and inclusion is very important in recruitment also. And then the what we call is leadership development, because as we know that there are many competitors, so Apple need to have a good talent in leadership, and they have to make a program for development for a leader to bring Apple forward future. And then employee training and development also is very important to foster continuous learning. As we know, as I read some article, they said that Apple is not concerned about not uh, uh, what we call training divider. They're only onboarding, and then they give the task to learn to the employee itself. So some suggestion that uh, Apple also have to consider the development process, continuous learning, done by them to foster their continuous learning. Then another is develop organizational culture, openness, and what we call open communication, so that they can get the more inputs from the employee. That's all for me. Thank you. So the next is Thea.
Jaya, you can speak this last two.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't notice I was muted. Hi everyone. Okay, so for the relevant theories, concept, and models for this case, we have divided into three groups, which is the first one is the talent acquisition and recruitment. We are talking about the employment relationship theory. For this theory, it is more to focus on the how Apple as a company build a positive relationship with the employee, so that this involved in including the employees' needs, aligning them with organizational goals, and adapting to the external challenges and regulatory pressures. And in terms of employee training and development, it is to it's more towards continuous learning model. This is because Apple, they don't provide trainings or training programs, just like how normal companies, organizers, they come up with training calendars and all. But in Apple, they don't do that because they expect the staff or employee to be in charge or responsible for their own training and development. So maybe by implementing this continuous learning model, maybe Apple can actually focus, by providing some programs for the employees to enhance their skill and develop skill for their skill developments. In terms of overall HR strategy, this one already covered by my friend Samsia earlier, also Prof. But this last one here that I would like to focus on, which is the employee value proposition. This is more towards crafting a compelling employee value proposition that not only attracts top talents but also retains employees in the competitive tech industry. This involves creating a positive work environment, offering development opportunities, and recognizing and rewarding contributions. By integrating these HR theories, concepts, and model, Apple Inc. can create a resilient and adaptive workforce that is better equipped to overcome both external and internal challenges. In terms of HR metrics used by Apple Inc., so we narrowed down to two areas, which is the recruitment and onboarding is one of it, and these are the areas that they are focused on. Time to hire, usually like they're provided like 90 days as a turnover time to bring in a person in. Okay, source of hire, to track the effectiveness of different available platforms in attracting the right pool of candidates. Offer acceptance rates, assess the success rate of candidates accepting the job offer, and also the reasons why they reject the offer later part. New hire onboarding success, evaluate the effectiveness of onboarding programs in integrating new employees into the company culture. Another one is performance management. The first one is the goal achievement, tracks the employees' KPI and the team's KPI. Performance rating measures employees' performance against their achievement. Employee engagement assess employee satisfaction, motivation, and commitment to the company. And leadership effectiveness evaluate the ability of managers to lead, motivate, and develop their teams. By tracking these HR metrics, Apple Inc. gains valuable insights into the health of its workforce and can identify opportunities to improve its talent management practices, enhance employee engagement, and ultimately achieve its organizational goals. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions from other students? Students, do you have any question? Okay, if no, very good. Keep it up. You can proceed with case study. Okay, so you understand, right, how HR is playing a role in a different organization. That's why I'm asking you to choose different organization to show their different function way. Okay, thank you, very good. Okay, group 2, you can start doing. Yes, John, anything?
Nothing, Prof.
Can anyone see my slides?
Not
No,
yet.
No.
no.
Not yet coming.
What about now?
Still not.
No.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, it's coming now.
Okay, right, good. So now group 2 is presenting. So group 2, we have a member of from Heng, me, Ao, okay, Lai, and also Peony. Yeah. So why do we choose, okay, Uniqlo? I believe that all of you have been to Uniqlo shops before. So do you ever notice, like, okay, whenever you walk into their shops, what are the first things that you hear? For me myself, I'm always amazed, okay, with their energy. Okay, you will hear that, okay, welcome to Uniqlo. Every time, every single customer walks in. So now let's just find out a little bit more. Okay, what kind of like HR strategies, okay, that Uniqlo is practicing right now to make such a high energetic teams. Next, okay, I will hand over to Heng.
Yeah. Hi, can you move to the next slide?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Hing. He and my team gonna present you to the Uniqlo retail store, and here's the content that we're going to present. First, we will start with the introduction, the company history, and then we will identify the internal and external challenges. And then we will talk about the HR function strategy and HR recommendation, followed by theory, concept, the model, and we will conclude our presentation with the HR metric uh, implementation. To start with our presentation, uh, let me brief about the background of the Uniqlo. Uniqlo is a Japanese clothing brand first established in May 1984. It is a subsidiary of Fast Retailing Co. Ltd., which work as a casual wear designer, manufacturer, and retailer. Uh, Comfortable and simple clothing for everyone is the selling proposition of the Uniqlo. This brand is known as suitable for all age people, such as the men, women, and children. Currently, there are 2,000 plus store. It's a it's operation in 21 countries globally. uh, Employ more than 10,000 employees, and the company generated a total revenue of the 1.45 trillion yen, equivalent to 28.5% uh, grows year on year. The mission statement of the Uniqlo is unlocking the power of clothing, and and have a vision statement that to aspire to a better society where we all thrive. The three core values that Uniqlo always follow are fast retailing, startup mindset, customer first. Thank you, Chia. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah. Despite being a successful business, Uniqlo faced both internal and external challenges. First of all, for the internal challenge, work-life balance. It's in among the Uniqlo workforce that the employee have poor working condition due to a long working hour, which they always have a kind of little time for taking a rest. Additionally, as the Japanese company, culture expectation is high for all employee effort, and they have require a high commitment for all the employee. Another outstanding internal challenges is about the managing of the seasonal workforce, which Uniqlo face that the difficulty to strike a balance between business cost and number of employee. That there are cases of a shortage of employee during the season of kind of season peak business demand like that. Uh, Talking about the external challenges, sustainability is still one of the main problems. The company have met challenges with the ethical sourcing for the material supply and not yet met the fair labor practice to ensure that, because the company that try to affordable price for their customer. So the Uniqlo source of raw material and majority of the manufacturing factory, sorry, in the third country. So which reflect the question about the human right and labor practice. Moreover, the company do not have a clear policy regarding the footprint reducing uh, to join a friendly environment. Last but not least, is about digital competency. As you may know already that the Uniqlo is rely much on the physical retail store rather than online store. So in this globalization industry of 4.0 world, digital operation is a strong business leverage, and the Uniqlo are not yet to advance in this yet. And I give the next to my team. That are from.
Hi, I'm Lai Yong here. So I will be covering the area of impact of HR functions and also the HR recommendation and strategies. So first of all, we're going to cover two areas that is going to highly impact based on the challenges that we have presented earlier. So first is on the recruitment and retentions due to the work-life balance and high long working hour poor conditions over the based on what we have surveyed and studies on Glassdoor, on the job street reviews, on from those employee, that is what conclusions that we have found, which lead to high turnover and impact which impacted the team morale as well. When companies, when there is a lot of turnover in and out movements throughout the years, then it will definitely impact the satisfactions of the employees as well, and the stabilities in security wise of each of employees. And then overwork also due to increased workload and responsibility. So because when you have shortage of manpowers as well, then you will need to cover the other person's jobs, and due to long working hours. The second areas will be on the training and developments, because on the second challenges that we have also mentioned earlier with the seasonal workforce and high turnover means that you will need to always hire a lot of part-time staff, and then they might not able to have equal trainings like what the permanent staff is getting also, because you will need to fill up the positions very fast, and then you need to have the persons on board on quickly as well to cover the vacants. So that is also one of the things. And also in terms of creating a learning cultures in the organizations, which is also a critical component, because this is to ensure happy and productive workforce in the companies. Okay, so next slides, we are going to cover about the strategy and human resource and the recommendations. So the areas, there's 4 areas that we would like to recommend over here, which is on the rewards and recognitions, because as employee will feel more appreciated when their contributions being uh, evaluated, appreciated, and then it motivates the people to work in the organizations, and it will help to boost the teamwork and productivity as well. So it is important is also for them to improve their workplace culture. So in order to support to create a supportive work environments and to retain the top talents and reduce staff turnovers. Okay, and in terms of career developments over here, employees will have a chance to advance in career path. So to develop succession plannings and maybe promotions for those outstanding and top talents. So in order for them to get ready to get bigger roles and responsibility within the organizations, and this is also another thing whereby they can also try to develop a learning environment in the workplace. Okay, and recruitment and retentions over here, we're going to cover about acquire some digital talents. So if we are going to, we have challenges in terms of digitals, uh, because now Uniqlo relies on a lot of physical stores as well, and then maybe yeah they do have online stores in the market right now on their online platforms, but it's not really heavily used as well. Maybe it is also whereby they can boost their software development teams to acquire some digital talents and also invest in some of the technologies, and also definitely offer some competitive compensation package and to create a positive workplace culture. Another area will be on the comment bands. So compensation and benefits definitely is not just about monetaries. Others non-monetaries area that they can look into will be create some employee assisted program. So for example, like wellness care counselings in order because maybe they are also long working hours, so they are also stressed. And so this wellness counseling were able to maybe it's an area for them whereby they can reach out some of the professions to throw out their dissatisfactions or maybe some helps in terms of mentally and physically as well, and then create some flexible work arrangements, because nowadays also everybody is talking about flexi work arrangements, and then to make sure that they won't work long with the roster, with the schedule 8 hours per days, and then some childcare support. So all these wellness which is non-monetary were able to create like uh, uh, what to say, maybe a sense of belongings to the companies and all this, then they will more appreciated and then feel more appreciated, and then they will be happily to work in Uniqlo. So that is the areas that about strategies and recommendation. Next we'll move to my teammates for metrics.
Thank you, Layong. Hi, Doctor. Hi, my teammates. So my name is Peony. So let me walk through about HR metrics in Malaysia, particularly used for Uniqlo. I would suggest here. So when we talk about metrics, it is about how should we find way of monitoring the work of every employee so the HR can make decisions to optimize staffing, improvement, employee satisfaction, and enhance the customer experience. In Uniqlo, one of the value Uniqlo is carrying is customers first. Hence, one of the metrics that we chose is employee happiness index. Before I start with employee happiness index, I want to quote one of the British entrepreneur. He said, "If you take care of your employees, they will take care of your clients." So with this sentence, it's really relevant to Uniqlo. And we actually align to the missions and value as well as values. So with this, employee happiness index is a monitor tools that analyze staff feedback in real time, be it at the job satisfactions, positive relationship with colleagues, fair compensations, and opportunity growth. All these things can be done in survey so that we can ask the employee to fill out the survey so that Uniqlo can understand whether or not their employees are happy. The second one would be employee turnover rate. As Lion have just said just now, turnover is something that Uniqlo is concerning. So this metric reflect the rate at which employees leave the organization. In retail, where turnover can be very high. Tracking this metric can help HR identify areas for improvement in recruitment and retention and employee engagement. So how do we do that? Of course, there are some formula or HR system that we can use. And the third one would be employee productivity. Uniqlo need to do fast selling business. So employee productivity actually essentially linked to the productivity of the business. This is a crucial metric that provide valuable insights into efficiency of operations. This metric can be tied to specific targets such as sales per hours, quality of work, and sales revenue and target. So these are the three metrics that we highly recommend it for Uniqlo. Next slide, please. Okay, when we talk about theories, in HR, yes, there are many theories that we can find. There are seven HR theories and frameworks that I think will be relevant to the retail industry, where managing a diverse and large workforce is a critical to success. Here are the seven theories. Personally, I think Uniqlo can be relate to it. One is a metro theory. This theory is to address employee basic needs such as job security, safety and belonging, enable staff to focus on delivery excellence customer service. Second theory will be Hasberg two factors theory. This theory is focused on working environment, working conditions, company policies for staff well-being and performance. Third one is expectancy theory. This theory is ability to link individual effort to performance and rewards. And this theory can help retail managers align employees' effort with organization goal. Um, and of course, social exchange theory. This theory is for business contribution for retail staff, whether through recognition program, career development program, foster a positive working culture theories. So I think Uniqlo will need to, relate to all these theories in order for them to run through a very good operational issues and also product relevance. So of course there are many more theories coming as you can see in the slides: equity theories, McJogger theories, and contingency theories. All these actually related to HR when talking about rewards implementations, talking about empowering employees, promoting positive working culture, and also developing customer demographic survey, geographic location, store size. So overall, these HR theories and practices collectively help retail organization effectively manage their workforce, build positive working culture, ultimately enhance the customer's experience. But for HR strategy, it helps to provide the practices such as customer-centric training, performance incentive, flexibility in scheduling to accommodate peak shopping seasons. So that's all for my presentations. Now I pass to my teammate, Jai. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today we are only looking at the top 10 HR concepts, okay, out of the many in the market right now. Yeah. So what are HR concepts? So I believe that you have not been to the HR world, so probably you would not have heard of a lot of these jargons. Basically, these are some sort of like alien language, okay, that most of the HR knows, but not many outsiders that they know about it. So today I'm just pick one of it, okay, to further explain it. Yeah. So one of it is called job demand and resource model. How is it going to relate to the business model of Uniqlo and the visions, missions, okay, those kind of like issues, okay, and the challenges that they're going through. Uh, and this job demands resource model is very much related to the occupational stress. So it talk about work stress model. So there are two very important components, okay, to talk about it is, okay, the work expectations versus the job resources. So in a layman term, it talked about like if your jobs have a very high expectation, but you do not provide like enough job resources. It could be tools, it could be time span, it could be anything, okay, that help the employees to achieve their tasks. So the job demands, okay, we get those. It means that you hard to get the you will get you would get hard to fill up this kind of like a position. So literally what we are trying to talk about is that we have to look into like the psychological side, the physical and the emotional side of the employees, okay, to fulfill their tasks, which could bring a very big impact, okay, on the job demands. So for the rest of the nine CKHR concepts, if you are interested to find out more, I would encourage you to Google it and learn about it. Yeah. Then next, okay, we talk about the HR models. So there are many HR models, okay, in the market right now. But what I would choose these 5P models, I would say because it's a very highly adopted, one of the very highly adopted models, okay, in the current organization nowadays, and this never gets old. So this somehow relates back to the organization vision, missions, okay, and the entire goals. Yeah. So, but what is the benefits of these 5P? Talking about the purpose, the principles, processes, people, and performance measurement. Basically, these 5Ps, okay, could align the organization purpose, values, and principles to perform the HR job more effectively. In a nutshell, okay, a model by definition is just a broad generalization of something. So there's no a one size fits all kind of like approach, okay, in a nowadays organization. So basically, being as any organization like Uniqlo, you really need to adopt, okay, different kind of like HR models, okay, and come up with a customized solutions that best fit to your company culture and to your employees. So that's all for the presentations of our group two today. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys like it.
Thank you. Thank you so much from group one and group two. Very interesting and you know people can say sweet and short, which is we able to understand. Each organizations have their different HR metric, the way they are implemented. Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.